You know, okay, first of all, it's all right. You're still gonna make your money. Okay, relax. Okay, I know a lot of dudes out there like, hey man, stop. You know, like stop this shit. Like, look, look, don't worry about it. First of all, let's. I told you guys to make your official bets now. Let's just start making your official bets, right? But let me just. You know what's weird? Like this is crazy, but like I've been a big critic of. I've been a big critic, and I'm still am. But if you don't see what he's doing, like it's brilliant. Like I'm almost and people's reactions are priceless. Like this is insane. Okay, so first of all, let's read some Art of War quotes. All right, for those who have never read The Art of War, okay, by Sun Tzu, read that book. Very good book. It'll help you in life. Okay, but when it comes to because fighting, right, combat sports, it's war, right? Like it's that's what it is, and and it is war now. It really is. So let's read some quotes that I think are very appropriate for this fight. Okay, I think they're very appropriate, and especially when you look at the way Mayweather acted with other opponents, right? So let's go over it a little bit. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first, then seek to win. You see, one more quote, a lot of appropriate ones, but I'm going to leave it at these three, right? Or four. Quote, all warfare is based on deception. Hence, when we are able to attack, we must seem unable. When using our forces, we must appear inactive. When we are near, hold on. When we are near, we must make the enemy believe we are far away. When we are far away, we must make him believe we are near. And look, I'm not saying Mayweather sat down and read the Art of War or nothing like that. But this is called tactics, okay? Now, ironically, it's not really to play games with McGregor's head. That's not why he's doing it, okay? He's it kind of is, but ultimately, the way he's acting is to sell the fight. So Mayweather comes out and he makes a little comment. He says, "Oh, training is just it's just so hard. So it's just so hard. It's just it's I'm barely getting by training. Like really, like are you serious? Okay, and what do people do? Everybody blows up. Everybody blows up. Oh man, Mayweather! Look, oh my God, Mayweather! He's having a hard time training. He's not motivated, right? I wouldn't even be shocked if this whole tax thing was leaked out by his own people. I wouldn't even be shocked. Like I just wouldn't. What a coincidence that this comes out right like just about a month before the fight. Well, what a coincidence. Like 6 weeks before the fight, this whole tax thing comes out. No, but he's denying it. That's not the point. He has to deny it, obviously, but it's the whole point is to make people talk. Oh, Mayweather, he's just doing this for a payday. You know, that's why he's doing it. He needs the money, and now he doesn't even like the training. He could barely get by training. He's not even motivated. Right? It's just, and it's working. It's brilliant. They're talking about it on First Take and Undisputed, and all the casuals are like, oh my God, Mayweather can't even finish training. He's not motivated. He's 40. He's brittle. He's done. He's maybe 10% of what he used to be. You know what? Maybe McGregor does have a chance. McGregor's in his prime. He's hungry. He's sharp. He's been fighting. He's been active, and he's hungry, and he believes he could win. This is great. Like, this is, man. This is. I could have plotted this shit better. This is great. This is so, like, be honest. Every time Mayweather had a real threat in front of him, what did he do? What did he do? He never said any of these things about Maidana. Remember the first fight with Maidana, where like some people thought he even lost that fight? He gave him no credit. That fight was easy, he said. I don't know what y'all saw. It's Canelo was better than him. It's just, he just trashed the guy. Gave him no credit for anything. All he did was, play dirty, and he gave him no credit whatsoever. None. When you're a real threat, Mayweather doesn't talk like this. Okay, he doesn't say, "Oh yeah, he's an unbelievable fighter," and really, like when he talks about McGregor, I can't take him lightly. He's a good stand-up guy. In the UFC, he beats guys standing up, and he has his whole team is saying, "Oh, he's a real threat," and you don't understand. Mayweather's not taking this lightly. He knows that McGregor's going to take him to the limit, right? But before the Pacquiao fight, what were they saying? Easy work. Pacquiao's not on my level. How dare you even mention Pacquiao and me in the same sentence? Easy work, they said. But McGregor, he's going to take him to the limit. Well, you got to understand, right, that he knows he has to sell to the public, right, in order for people to – they're going to buy this fight, but he wants to break the record, right? This isn't like, I want to make 1 million buys. No. This is, I want to break the 4.5 million record. I want to cash out here. Look how disrespectful Mayweather was to, like, opponents like Shane Mosley, right? Now, look, in hindsight, everybody's like, it was Mosley. Like, at that time, Mosley was just finished destroying Antonio Margarito. When they brought up Antonio Margarito, like, everybody knows, all right, and a lot of Mayweather fans aren't going to like hearing this, but when a real threat or someone who was perceived as a real threat, not this, if he wins one round, he's a winner, bullshit like McGregor, okay? I'm talking guys that people thought this guy could give Mayweather a good fight. Mayweather always acted kind of weird, right? It always happened. He would get offended. He would get mad. He would yell at the people asking him questions. And he was doing it at first with McGregor, right? He was saying, hey, don't even mention this guy in the same sentence with me. But once he realized, wait a minute, people actually want to watch this shit? McGregor, he's tremendous. I mean, he could take me to the limit. I might come out of retirement, but oh my God, it's going to be so hard to train. I'm going to try and do this. Whew. I mean, I don't know if I can do this. I mean, I'm running out of breath just after 2 rounds of sparring. Like, I don't know. This is great. Oh man, this is awesome. You should see the MMA community right now. They're buying into this shit. Oh my God. Oh, he had tax problems. That's why he didn't want to come out of retirement. He had to come out of retirement. This is stupid, man. This is insane. Like, he had to, right? So now he's the storyline now is he's an unmotivated guy who is having a hard time in training, can barely even get himself up to train. Okay, he doesn't even want to fight anymore, but he has to because he has tax problems, right? And he's fighting this young, hungry, and this prime killer who is taking this fight very serious while Mayweather's not taking it very serious, and he's not really motivated, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant marketing. you know, without having to pay a marketer. Like, this is great. All right, so that's what's going on here, right? Like, I don't really believe that he's having a hard time training. Like, that's ridiculous. Okay, and this whole team, like, it's just, they all, like, they're in the same boat. Oh no, McGregor's got skills, man. McGregor's got skills. He's got real skills. Like, okay, all right, okay, fair enough, right? I mean, I guess. And there you go. You know, this is, it's, if Floyd Mayweather was out there saying, "Oh yeah, this fucker's a joke. I'm gonna destroy him. Like, it's not even gonna be a close fight." If that's what he was saying, less people would buy the fight. You know, it's, I don't know what type of an impact it would have, but you know, that's just the reality here, right? That's the situation we're in. That's the situation we're in. Because that's why he's acting the way he's acting. You know, I think a lot of people are like, well, maybe because he's older. Like, really? Because he's old and mature now? Okay, the dude was sneak dissing, okay, Little Bow Wow just like a month ago, right? Because, you know, like, oh, it's this dude still, like, talks about his money and all that shit in front of people that didn't even ask him about it. Like, this whole idea that he's just grown and mature now. I'm not sure if I'm really buying that. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm really buying that. Right? I just think that's the role he's playing. Right? I don't know when. I think the live stream should be soon, by the way, for the press conference, which I want to talk about that after it. But I'm predicting that Mayweather's gonna just try and sell this fight. Like, I think he's gonna try and sell that McGregor's a real threat, that he can't wait for McGregor to take it to the limit. Okay, I believe McGregor is a pretty witty guy. I think he's gonna get on stage, I'm guessing, and he's gonna say something like, I know you're playing that role, mate. I know you think I'm easy, mate. Something like that. Okay. And then we'll go from there. I think it's gonna go something like that. Like, I ain't stupid. I know you think that, but let me tell you something, man. You better train for me, like, I don't know, something like that. Okay. And there's a very good chance, by the way, that McGregor will say something to get under Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s skin, right? And at some point, maybe in one of the press conferences, Floyd will say something back. But I don't think it's going to be the verbal exchange that people are expecting. Look, I just don't. All right? He's going to let the dog bark, man, right? He's going to let him bark and bark and bark all he wants. Right? But it's going to go from roar, 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 roar. It's going to go from that to on fight night. He's going to be squealing in pain on fight night, right? With that long-ass torso of his, with those long limbs of his, when he throws that left hand, and it takes him forever to get the hand back. Yeah. It's going to be a long, long, long night. Okay? Like an Arturo Gotti in Atlantic City night. Something like that. Look, let's look fight by fight. Let's go back to when Mayweather fought Jose Luis Castillo, right? Jose Luis Castillo is not at my level, right? After the fight, he was saying, "Well, he did good, but he didn't beat me." Like, you know, I thought he lost that fight, but nonetheless, in the rematch, Castillo isn't at my level. I'm a much better fighter than Castillo. Castillo's trash. They're all trash, right? But McGregor's going to take it to the limit, right? It's you guys are believing that shit. But that was Mayweather when Mayweather was, that was Pretty Boy Floyd. That wasn't, you know, that wasn't, you know, Money Mayweather. Okay, so what about when he fought De La Hoya? That's when he became Money Mayweather, right? My name is Floyd. My name is Floyd. My name is Money Mayweather, he said. Right? That's when he became Money Mayweather. And he was flashing money to the camera at that time. At the time, a career high payday for him. Crazy to think that when he made 20 million, I believe anyway, in that fight, that everybody thought like, wow, that's, I don't know, Mayweather will ever make that amount. Well, boy, we're wrong. But anyway, he trashed De La Hoya the whole fight. And the reason he did was because people were sold on the fight anyway. There was people that thought, hey, this is a real threat. De La Hoya is a much bigger fighter. He had the, I believe that's the last time Mayweather had a disadvantage with the arm length. All he did was trash De La Hoya. He called him De La Chicken and, you know, the golden chicken, and, you know, he only has a left hook, and, you know, just shit like that, right? That was the actual trash talk. He wasn't saying De La Hoya is going to take me to the limit. That's not what he said. When he fought Ricky Hatton, no love. He gave Ricky Hatton no love. He called him a midget, okay, that he can't fight. Okay? I mean, he was flipping off the fans. I mean, he didn't give a shit. Gave Hatton no love. None. Okay? Now notice, these were fights that people were clamoring for. People wanted to see that Hatton fight. People wanted to see that De La Hoya fight. At the time, broke the pay-per-view record. Notice a pattern here, okay? What's the next fight after that? I'm going by memory here. Marquez. No one wanted to see the Marquez fight. Go back. He never talked trash about Marquez. Ever. Oh, Marquez is a good fighter. Oh, he beat Pacquiao for real, he said. Everybody wants to see me fight Pacquiao, but everybody knows he beat Pacquiao, right? Nobody wants to see the Marquez fight. Like, it's just, nobody wants to see it. And but nonetheless, you know, he came out of retirement and beat Marquez. There you go. But notice the pattern. What did he fight after that? Was it Shane Mosley? You know, people wanted to see the Shane Mosley fight. Remember, Shane Mosley interrupted the press conference and, you know, blah, 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 blah. They went at it or whatever, right? Shane Mosley, I think Mayweather was more brutal with Shane Mosley than any of his opponents. Okay? I mean, talked about how we didn't even know how good Shane Mosley is. I mean, I can't say Shane Mosley really beat, you know, I don't know what it was, like 40-something opponents. I mean, we didn't even know he was clean. Like, he went in on Mosley. Talked about his Jerry curl, and, you know, talked about how ugly he is, and, you know, being old and washed up, and just shit like that. Like, how he has no respect for him. I mean, he was brutal with Mosley. But people wanted to see that fight. When Mosley did hurt him, he didn't even give him credit for it. He's like, oh, yeah, I mean, it was a good shot, but, I mean, Chop Courtney hit me better than that. Like, it's just not in his character to give credit to guys that the public perception is this guy's a real threat to Floyd. It just isn't. It's the art of war here. You know, Victor Ortiz, he was a little brutal. He was kind of in the middle with Victor Ortiz, you know. It was kind of in the middle. It was a so-so fight that people, it was a young up-and-coming boxer, okay? But in that fight, they did do a little bit of the whole, he's a real threat. They did a little bit of it. Trying to think here, after the Victor Ortiz fight. And then he went on to fight, I believe it was Miguel Cotto, right? I might have missed somebody there, but at the time, okay, ended up being a good fight, but at the time, no one wanted to see the Cotto fight, right? It was perceived that Miguel Cotto was a shot fighter, right? That it was too little too late. People wanted to see that 4 or 5 years before that. What did Mayweather do? Oh, he's a silent killer. Oh, he doesn't talk trash, but he's a silent killer, Miguel Cotto. You know, he even said Miguel Cotto's really undefeated for real. I mean, we don't even know if Manny Pacquiao was, you know, taking some when he fought him. And Margarito, you know, cheated with the fucking hand wraps. So there you go, right? He was even like egging on Cotto to talk about the hand wraps. Well, you tell us what you think, Cotto. Tell us how he cheated. Right there with Max Kellerman there. Now at the weigh-in, the trash talk started, and, you know, it was what it was at that point, okay? And then at that point, I guess he signed the Showtime contract, Robert Guerrero, you know? I don't even remember the promotion for the Robert Guerrero fight. I think that promotion was terrible. Okay, but Robert Guerrero probably said the worst shit about Floyd than anybody. And Floyd was nowhere near as critical because nobody wanted to see that fight. He was trying to sell, oh, Robert Guerrero is a good fighter, right? I remember him saying that a lot in the press conferences. Oh, he's a multi-division champion. He's this, he's that. What was the fight after that? Who did he fight? Canelo Alvarez, right? We build him up to tear him down. Remember he said that shit? All right? It was just, there you go. After the Alvarez fight, which in my opinion to this day, I believe it was a calculated risk. I felt he knew he could beat him, but he's like, if I could beat this kid's going to be something in the future, but I got to do it now. Like it was really good timing, right? I think Floyd had one of the best performances of his career, that fight, actually. And then they came to Maidana fights. He showed Maidana no respect, okay? Maybe in the buildup of the first fight, like, oh, he's a tough competitor, right? These are words. These are Floyd's words when nobody's buying an opponent. He's a tough competitor. He's going to take me to the limit, right? He's as tough as they come. It's just stuff like that. You never know in the sport of boxing. I have nothing left to prove. So who knows how motivated I'll be. Just shit like that. In the second fight, just trashed Maidana. Once people perceived him as a threat, he didn't give a shit. I mean, he just trashed him. And then there was the Manny Pacquiao fight. Mayweather never said anything positive about Pacquiao. Okay, he never said he's going to take me to the limit. He never said, oh, he's a legit. This is a real threat. This, that, and the third. Right? Ever. It was always, he's not at my level. He's not this. He's not that. Why? Because the public perceived that this was the guy that could beat me. All right. And then, of course, Andre Berto. Right. This was. Nobody wanted to see the Andre Berto fight. The pay-per-view numbers showed that, by the way, but he did okay. But for what thinking, this is one of the best of all time. This might be his last fight. Did about 400,000 buys, Big fall from 4.4 million. At that point, I think Floyd realized, shit, for 400,000, I'm not going to fight regular dudes no more, right? If I'm going to fight something where I'm going to make Pacquiao money. And that's why we're doing the McGregor fight. But in Andre Berto fight, holy shit. Nobody wanted to see that fight, but his whole team, Mayweather and his team. Oh, Andre Berto, he's a multi-time world champion, and, he's a real threat. They were just talking the dude up. Everybody knew he was going to easily handle Berto. But they had to talk him up. And now they're going overdrive with the talk up because they have to. Okay, and now he's acting like he can't. He's not even motivated to go to training camp, and he's got tax problems all of a sudden. All right, and he's just fighting for a payday. That's the storyline that they're putting out there. Kenny Florian was just on Undisputed saying, "Oh, look, Floyd has tax problems. He's only fighting for a payday." That's very bad news. If 10 casual people hear that, and this is somebody that Fox Sports 1 is putting as an expert analyst, at least 4 or 5 of those 10 people are going to buy that bullshit. Okay? It's going to happen. A certain percentage of them. If Showtime puts Schaub on there, and casual viewers think, wow, this guy must know what he's talking about. No matter how ridiculous the whole stance thing is, oh, look, he's going to fight in this stance. Like, no matter how ridiculous that is, out of every 10 people, if 2 or 3 buy that bullshit, you only have one way to go, and that's up. You only have, as far as people buying the fact that Conor could win, you have nothing to lose to sell him that shit. Right? Nothing. Now comes the ultimate question. Does Conor McGregor really believe that he could win this fight, or is he just playing his role because he knows he's going to get paid? That I honestly don't know. I don't know if Conor really believes he's going to win this fight, or if he just knows, hey, fuck it, I'm going to get paid here. I really don't know, and to be honest with you, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Like it's not gonna. When those punches are thrown, it doesn't matter. Like when that right hand cross lands, you believing in yourself doesn't matter. Okay. When you can calculate what your opponent is doing with those boxing gloves, it doesn't matter if you believe in yourself. Like believing in yourself, all elite athletes believe in themselves. That's why they're elite athletes, right? They've already proven they believe in themselves. That's why they're at that elite level. But when you're in a world where everybody believes in themselves, that's not like a thing. Like it's not like, it's like I hate it when people say, well, he's tough. Oh, he's tough. Well, everybody's tough at this level. Like that doesn't mean anything at this level. At the highest level, believing in yourself, being tough, like these things are givens that's why you're at that level. Like it just doesn't matter. And to be honest with you, we're going to find out how in that boxing ring, you know, I forgot who I heard say this, but there's two things you can't pretend to be, right? You can't pretend to be a comedian and you can't pretend to be a fighter. And when it comes to boxing, that ring will expose you, right? It's you can't lie to people in that ring. You can't lie. We're going to find out how much you square up after you throw a punch. We're going to find out how many times you get hit when you miss a punch with long limbs of yours, okay? We're going to find out about your footwork. We're going to find out of that goofy karate stance if he actually does it, even works in boxing. We're going to find out, right? The truth eventually finds you in that ring, right? But there you go. That's why Mayweather's acting the way he's acting, okay? But it's okay, right? Look, people think like I'm mad at Brandon Schaub and Kenny Florian and even at Floyd, right? Because they're pumping this shit up. Like, they're pumping it up. I mean, holy shit. I'm not mad. I already got, right? I'm going to make my money. I'm going to bet money on, like, I already got hundreds of dollars bet already. Right? Like, this is the easiest shit. Like, I love these guys. This is great. I ain't mad. You know? I don't want one of my subscribers to get hustled. I want you to get in the hustle, right? So do it. Like, go out there and just be like, yo. Like when people ask you, hey, who do you think is going to win? I don't know, man. I mean, Floyd was out there saying he's having a hard time in training camp, and then he's only back because of the fucking taxes. And then, like, he had to fight right away. You know, he's out of shape. He had to fight right away because he has to pay the IRS by a certain date. And then, this is brilliant. And then, you know, they're going to make a fight a killer like Conor. Like, I think more than likely Floyd wins. It's boxing, you know. If it was MMA, I'd say Conor. But, I mean, if he lands that left, though. Or here's my favorite one. Oh, if he puts hands on him, ooh. I mean, like, you don't even have to break it down. Like, how will he beat him? Oh, bro, he'll put hands on him. Like, and they won't even, for some reason, people don't question that, right? Like, oh, well, yeah. And then just go with that. And then, you know, they'll be like, well, I got Conor. And you got to be hesitant. You know, I don't know. Like usually I bet, but because of all this shit, like, come on. Like, it's just, I got Conor. Just, you know, all right, $50, right? $50, I got Conor. Ah, man, I don't know, man, because if he lands that left, but all right, fuck it. I'll bet you $50. Easiest money you've ever made in your life, right? Easiest money. And that's how I know why Floyd's doing what he's doing, right? Because if you were to tell people, Conor McGregor, he ain't going to win, bro. Like, save your money. He's going to get his fucking ass whooped. Don't even do that bullshit. Go listen to D-Style's videos, all right? Go listen to that dude's videos, right? And you'll start betting Conor McGregor fans. Well, you don't want to do that. You want to take their money, right? So there you go. Anyways, it's DStyleBoxing, all right? Don't share the videos with people you're hustling. I'm out.